Milner. Jenkins, but nobody anywhere near that one, and it's quite easy for Carbon to clear. Matt Carbon, a previous England under-18 international. Now Regis takes him on, centres with his left foot. Oh, and that was a good head. I think that was Nicky Richardson who got his head to that. Yes, it was. But at the expense of a throw, and Jason Burnham will take that now. Again, Regis is the target. This time it breaks for Richardson. Flitcroft, rather Priest. Now it's Flitcroft. No support on the right. And surely handball there by David Putnam. And that could be a booking, I think it is. And after 12 minutes of play, the first yellow card out. Oh, perhaps there isn't going to be a yellow card.
Looked accidental. Looked accidental to me, Brian.
Well, I must say it didn't to me, but obviously the referee has decided that it doesn't warrant a booking. Seemed rather deliberate to me, but each to his own, Richard. Now, and it's a fairly dangerous position. We're about 25 yards out, 24, 25 yards out. There's one Chester man in the wall, that's Andy Milner. Fisher and Priest standing over the ball. Richardson and Burnham behind it. Now then, something, a training ground move, finds Priest in space. Oh, what a goal! What a goal! 12 minutes of play. Oh, that was an absolute corker. Well rehearsed on the training ground, that one. 4 men involved in it. It was Chris Priest, I think, who rattled, or was it Jason Burnham, who rattled in a left footer into the top corner of the net. Leaning had no chance. Right, well, that's a free kick conceded for a foul on David Johnson in what could be an awkward position. It's probably some 15 yards out from the penalty area. Not really positioned for the shot, but Jason Minette again coming over to take this one. With Matt Carbon come up looking to get his head on this one, and it is indeed Carbon it's aimed for. Stewart goes up for it but doesn't get a head on it, and it's a bit of a scramble in the Chester defence. So then Lincoln putting on the pressure a little bit now, since they've got a goal down. They want to get back on level terms as quickly as possible. That's a good header, and from a good corner there from Paul Wanless, and he got up there all virtually unchallenged, but didn't quite direct his head inside the post, and it just drifted wide. Putnam. Good centre from Putnam for Huckabee. Couldn't quite control that first time and Chester get it away, but it was a certainly good move from Putnam, the ex-Leicester City man. Back in the penalty area now. Great header from Appleton, which is punched away by Billy Stewart. Oof, a real rocket from Minute there, which is blocked. And it's certainly Lincoln having their best spell of the game. You're now midway into September, and despite the sun being out, not really affecting either of the goalkeepers, neither of them wearing a cap. It's not really strong enough to bother them. A good run down that right wing. Oh, and it's Jackson who gets a good head in there to save the day for Chester. A terrific run. Now Regis gets back. Putnam again with his left foot. Oh, it could be problems here. It's in there. It's Tony Dawes, the man who's got the equaliser on 28 minutes. And Lincoln, I think, on the balance of play, deserve to be level. Lincoln certainly attacking in force. They have 1, 2, 3, 4 men in the penalty area, 2 just outside it, plus Dixon, who's taking this throw now. Johnson allowed to turn. Huckabee gets ahead on that. Now then, Chester need to just put the foot on this ball and slow it down for a moment, I think. Fisher does well though, takes on his man and beats him. Breaks for Priest. Over the top. Fisher never stopped running. Oh, and it's in! A shot from outside the area, some 22 yards. And Chester is certainly scoring some spectacular goals here this afternoon. Neil Fisher, 32 minutes of play, and it's raining goals here at the Deva Stadium this afternoon. Oh, Well, after such a disappointing season last year when Chester were rooted firmly to the bottom of the league for virtually the whole season, to find themselves up there after just 7 games at the top is a luxury that they would love to keep going, I'm sure, and a victory here today will guarantee that, and that will line us up with a terrific match coming along next Saturday when the team who are currently second in the league, Gillingham, pay the visit to the Deva Stadium, and that certainly would be one to say, but if they're lying 1 and 2 in the league by that period. Regis feeds Burnham. Milner is there. Oh, what a goal! What a beautifully worked goal. Andy Milner on the score sheet. And just as we were saying that Chester need that third goal, along comes Andy Milner and rattles it in. It was great work down the far side. Burnham and Priest linked up. Priest found Regis, who put it back to Burnham, and his first-time centre went over the head of Matt Carburn, and it was Andy Milner who's got a header to it, rattled it past the keeper Laning and put Chester 3-1 up. Down the line looking for Priest, but slightly overhit. Carburn sends it upfield. Oh, that breaks to Chris Priest. Oh, and the keeper saves that with his legs. And Chris Priest nearly on the score sheet there. Clears both sets of players in the penalty area. Huckabee sends it in again. Oh, Johnson gets an unchallenged header on that one, but can't direct it on goal from just 5 yards out, and Chester breathe a sigh of relief. Disappointment after such an outstanding first half.
Yeah, I think we were asking quite a lot for it to continue in the same vein as the first half, but you would have thought that perhaps it would have been at least an entertaining second half.
Well, Chester trying to build down this left side again, which they did with such success in the first period. Inside to Priest. Is he going to have another pot at goal? No. He's left it for Richardson. He fancies his chance. It's on the left foot. Oh, it's dipped. Oh, and a terrific save. That looked to be heading in. I think Richardson would have been the first to admit if it had gone in, it would have been a little bit fortunate. Now then, Chester break in. Flitcroft down the line for Milner. Murphy in space in the middle. Flitcroft following up. Was he pushed? Here's Fisher. Yes, it's the penalty. The penalty is awarded for the push on Chris Priest. And with 11 minutes still to go, Chester have a chance to really wrap the points up here. Well and truly, it was a push on Chris Priest, and I think it will be the Chester number 8 who is about to take this penalty kick.
Well, I said, Brian, the Priest would probably be looking to get himself on the score sheet the second half.
You didn't quite think it was this way though, did you? And he converts it. (4-1) then to Chester City. They lead 4-1, and 10 minutes still left on the clock. Now then, will that bring to life this last 10 minutes?
Armstrong would probably have mopped that one up, Brian.
Yes, certainly, with just watching Darren Huckabee and his speed, but they've got Darren Anderton to face on Wednesday, and England international, and he really is a man who can turn any game. And Jason Burnham, well, I wouldn't fancy the prospect of having to mark Anderton.
No, it's going to be a difficult night for him, but having said that, Chester are playing football, and that's the way Tottenham like to play as well, Brian.
Well, lovely one-touch football here from Chester. Yes! Oh, what a goal! Now, surely, John Murphy gets on the end of that one, and in 88 minutes, that surely must be the goal of the season. I thought Jason Burnham's opening goal was an absolute cracker, but that one, all that one-touch football down the left-hand side, ended with Neil Fisher sending over a cross, which Murphy rattled into the back of the net, off the crossbar, and that to me is an absolute beautiful goal.